Hello and welcome back. This video is just recollecting, recollecting my years of blogging and stuff, especially for the gyaru fashion community, the J fashion community, way back when. So many years ago, like what, 2007, late 2007, and whatnot. This is before like all my online gaming stuff that I used to do, and I was watching Jacksepticeye's vlog about taking a break and what he's been doing and just doing like way more work than I have back in the day. Just like every day there's like what, two videos out, and like that's very impressive. And all of that. And I think there's been like other few people who have like announced this too, like, hey, like I'm taking a break, or this certain time period, there's going to be a pause or something. And it's very commendable to be honest about that, whether it's just like, hey, I need a break because of this, that, and the other. Even Indigo, he's like a VK rocker YouTuber person. Of just like, hey guys, like this is gonna stop. Hey guys, this is, I'm gonna take a break and I'll be back at this time. And to remember all the times where it's like, oh, I'm at school, during the semester, it's winter break. I like disappear. I just like fizzle out of the plane of existence for a little bit, and then pop back up during the next semester, and like taking breaks and stuff. When, especially working on the vlog, working with a couple gyarusa, helping make the events and whatnot, working with people. It's not like I am just off on my own, not meeting with people at all and just lurking or whatever. It's one of those things, especially now having taken a hiatus, a really big one, in 2013, when I was trying not to fail my classes at my college, trying to keep everything afloat and keep my mental energy and ability to be like to sustain me and not fall under dealing with relationships that weren't for me, dealing with friendships that weren't for me, and struggling with keeping my grades at a passing level because I was this close to dropping out of college my final semester, this close of failing my classes, just because all that was happening there. It was way too much for me to handle, and not having anyone outside of like family, and they're going through the same thing that I am too. It's almost like there's no one to be like, hey, everything is going to be fine. The person that I was dating was not there for me. He shut himself off. And it just really felt like being alone. I had no very, I almost want to say like no one who understood all the turmoil that I went in 2013, even 2012, dealing with health issues from, not my own health issues, but someone else's health issues, and thinking that things are going to get better and everything's like still spiraling out of control, and not being able to say, hey guys, like I might need to take a break, things are happening, and it's just like, I can walk away, like no one cares. Even if, even though my YouTube and blogging and the event stuff wasn't necessarily a job, it was just me doing stuff from my heart. I did not profit off of anything during that time, even working with a different group, besides my own projects and my group's projects. So that's like three things on top of working with someone else's group, working with the group that I was with, working on my own stuff, working with school, trying to work, trying to uphold my grades and everything, while being like pushed down and like everything just like toppling over all at once. And it didn't really occur to me to be like, hey guys, like, sorry, things are happening. I need to take a break, even when things weren't that bad. And if it was a job, I most likely would have been like, hey, I need, to take some sick days or something just to deal with grief and all of that. And just knowing that even though, Jacksepticeye and those guys are like way up here and I'm like super down here type of thing. And I know that it's very different being in a very niche category, uh, to not have that maturity or that mindset to be like, hey guys, I need to take a break. Hopefully I'll be back. Keep in touch with you guys later. It is just one of those failures or mishaps, learning experiences that I'll need to work on. And even though this is like way after the fact, because it's been like what, 4 years since 2013. It's just, or even like starting out when I took my first hiatus in what, 2010 or 11, and almost like every year it being periodic from like, oh, my ex doesn't want me to do super awesome stuff or something, so let me not do it. And bye guys, like having that mind control in those aspects, to, just stopping from what I wanted to do, what I thought was fun and hopefully helpful. It's not, I guess, idle behavior. It's not something commendable. It's not something that's mature. It's not something that is thoughtful of you guys, who still likes watching at this day. But it's just something that handling so much, you know, working with not only my stuff, but my school, taking care of other things, working with other people, working with a different group over here, and doing things way outside of my comfort zones and mental capacity of what one can handle. And I know that maybe even over time, maybe people can handle like a lot more, but at that time, it's like very stretching myself very thin, stretching what I can do beyond what I felt that I could do, biting off more than I can chew. And even someone else was like, yeah, like you kind of like hermit up sometimes, whether they meant it in a bad way or not, or what other connotations, implications that they meant. And it's like, that is true. During the wintertime, I hibernate a little bit, whether it was from internet accessibility to just, I've been going super hard in the paint, if you will, with my own blog, my YouTube, working with other people trying to get things to happen and dealing with their stuff, or like the stuff that was happening then with working with someone else and trying to like get an understanding, and working with school and all of that almost every day, if you will. And then it's like this throws me out of commission for the winter months. And then I pop back up for like springtime, more or less, to help bring out more content for you guys to help achieve my own goals of like, am I trying a new hairstyle out? Am I trying to work on the skills that I feel like I should have and things like that? And I know this is like being a very lengthy one because I did not, I hit that mark. Oh well. But I guess now it's not that applicable. It's just like in hindsight, I should have, I could have, shoulda, coulda, woulda type of thinking. And at least at the time, it was just like, no one cares, and I guess they cared so much, or that they just jumped to assumptions where it's like, oh, is she doing drugs? Is this happening? Is that? And it's like, no, like, I'm going through a very tough time right now. Not necessarily health issue wise. Mental health issue, yes, but dealing with so much, dealing with, okay, am I going to pass on my classes, especially when I have to pay back so many loans at a private school? I'm failing and this is happening, and, having your world turn up, on its head, and not, like in a world where nobody gives a fuck. Obviously the friends that I had did not give two shits about what I was going through for whatever reason. So it's like, why would anyone else? The person that I'm partnering up with in a different group doesn't give two shits that I'm like super depressed because something near and dear to me, that was, an issue, and they didn't have anything to say. Dealing with stuff like that and just feeling alone. It's like, why would anyone else care? This is business. Who gives a fuck about your emotions type of thing. And trying to not be weak. Being in a society where like black people don't go through mental health issues because it's just demons or whatever. Or maybe my faith isn't as strong enough. Dealing with, like you're a black woman. This is what we are assuming just off of, the superficial, the shallowness of human perception and everything, the initial. And, it's like, oh, you're supposed to be strong. Weakness, like you're suffering from mental health. No, black people don't do that. They don't go through that type of thing. That's a white person type of thing. Like you have to be strong, the stereotypes of just being strong and resilient, no matter friends are like treating you wrong or other issues that are affecting you, that, maybe the coping skills aren't there and you feel lost and you're trying to hold on to so much and juggle so much at once, whether you have to do so or not. Just dealing with stuff like that, and just going forward, just being able to go like, hey, guys, I need a break. And being honest about that and not having all these other things clouding that part where it's just like, okay, she just ups and disappears. Where is she? Like friends are like, where does she go? Or people that I'm working with, where does she go? Type of thing. But it's just one of those things that, I've been thinking about, like how could I have done things a lot better back in the days? Not taking as many hiatuses or just doing it so that I'm growing and whatnot and not screwing up what I've done, but that's all in the past now, and just doing my best to move forward and learn and reflect on those parts. But it's just something that I've been thinking about, of just almost like how easy someone else can do it, but maybe it's just all these other layers that cloud that part of me of being able to do so. But I guess that's it. Until next time, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed my personal 30-day vlog challenge of myself to myself, thank you. I know it's probably just random stuff, but I just wanted to get back into, like what makes me happy, and whatnot. And just like, what do I feel like, wanting to upload and stuff like that. And just, I guess just having a little bit of fun again and stuff too. But just, like, what do I like to do? Than just being concerned about people's hurt feelings because they're not putting forth the effort or something, for lack of a better term. Like I'm not the type of person to just hurt people's feelings for no freaking reason, or just saying very, very mean, callous things. I mean, things are going to be taken out of context. You know, people are going to put their own perception of things, of how they feel in the moment, because humans can be really fickle. And I know this. I knew this. But, you know, I can't stop what I'm doing because someone is upset because they don't want to do whatever, you know. But until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.